You are now checked in to Stand Up New York Labs. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me.
Holy machi. List cans are hot tonight.
I might have to come down a little bit.
He's coming down. He's coming
Holy
down.
shit. Back up a little
Back
bit.
it up.
Oh, God.
We're recording all this. This is Tuesdays with Stories, folks. Hey, thanks for tuning in. It's been a hell of a year. 2015. Mark Norman here.
Joe List over here.
Oh, boy, it's good to have you. I haven't seen you in years.
It's been a while. It's been over a week, right?
Yeah, I guess so. But in New York time, that's like a month.
Yeah, it's weird because when you travel a lot, you do a lot. I've been to both coasts, and I've had sex, and I masturbated twice, and I brushed my hair, and a lot's happened since I saw you.
Did you bring the lady out
Where?
to the Washington State?
I did not. Come to think of it, I haven't had sex in quite a while.
Oh, boy.
You just busted me, man.
We got something out of you here.
Jeez, cut. Rewind.
Redo. Oh, boy.
Just kidding. Don't stop recording. This is good stuff. We need a little controversy on the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Joe's cheating. Who was he?
Oh, yeah, boy. His name was Derek. Big pair of tits on this guy.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Refused to wear a bra. It was great. We went behind a tree and...
How do you feel about a big areola on a lady?
Ariel is the nipple, is that right?
Yeah, the whole dime bag. You know, the whole dinner plate.
The kit and caboodle.
Yeah.
The record. It's like a record a little bit. And
It's
that
like a
thing's
record.
the needle sticking up. The nipple looks like the thing
nub.
that sticks
yeah,
up.
Yeah, that works.
That's not the needle, but what do you call that thing on the record player?
The nub?
The nub, I think.
It's a bit of a nub.
The record nub. I don't like a big one. But I don't like a teeny one. My previous girlfriend had little Cheerio nips.
Ugh.
It's like teeny little Cheerios. I like a regular size.
Yeah, you went right down the middle.
Yeah, just like a good one. But sometimes the girls, when they get aroused, they expand, right?
Is that right?
I believe so.
I've never seen that one.
Can we Google that, Aaron? I believe they get bigger because I've been licking a nipple before, and
Yeah.
my girlfriend's a little more private than I, but let's just say some girl that I fucked in Washington, I guess.
Sure.
Derek.
Yeah.
I parted the hair and I saw his nipple was growing a little bit. I think nipples enlarge.
Well, I know the actual nip shoots out, obviously.
Right, but I think the areola expands.
Get out of town.
If you get a girl hot and heavy, the areola takes up the whole tit.
Wow, the whole tit turns brown and pokey.
Yeah, I once had two areolas touching each other. That's how aroused this girl was.
Woo-wee.
I think I could be gay though.
Could be.
Aaron, get some Google action on there. All right, he's looking it up. We'll get Freedman will hit us, but
I'll tell you, this is how insecure I am in the bedroom. If I'm licking a nip on a lady and it's not erect, I feel like she doesn't like me that much.
of course, yeah. It's the equivalent of her blowing you and you're not hard.
Exactly.
That would be brutal.
And it's happened. I'm licking like crazy. I'm sucking. I'm just getting like a mouthful of boob.
But those nipples are all wired weird.
They're all wired weird.
Some girls, they're not even into nipple. I had my previous
That's true.
girlfriend. I would tug on those things. I'd bite them. I'd put Scotch tape on them and rip it off real quick.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. I tweak them like knobs on a radio. I nibble.
Flick.
Flick, pull, twist. They don't like the twist. I've learned that the hard way.
Now, a titty twister. Did you guys have that when you were kids?
Purple nurple.
Purple nurple, yeah.
That was big.
One time this kid, Greg Panini, who was like the funniest kid I went to high school with, hilarious guy, and he got new sneaks. This is like my freshman year. And I went to a regional high school, Whitman-Hanson. So you're combining towns. The Whitman kids meet the Hanson kids.
It's like the Capulets and the Montagues.
Exactly. They had some big nips, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
Feels like the Montagues would have big nips.
Italians.
So, anyways, we're freshman year. I make a couple of friends or whatever on the track team, the cross country team. So that helps. So you meet the other guys. So everyone's kind of meeting the people. And one of my friends from the cross country team, he goes, this guy Greg Panini. I didn't really know him too well. He was just kind of the other guy. He was like Hanson me. He was like goofy and funny, whatever. So we were kind of like these weird bizarro.
Oh, interesting.
People. Yeah, you had all these. You had the matches of a different town.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, hey, no, I'm that guy. You're like, no, I'm that guy. You're like, oh, well, we got to duel it out.
Right.
Anyway, so he had brand new sneakers, and my other friend Jeff was like, go rub mud on his sneakers. It'll be funny. He'll think it's funny. And I was like, oh, all right. So I got a bunch of mud on my sneak, walked over and wiped it, and he lost his mind.
I don't blame him.
He was a big sneaker guy.
Yeah.
I'd never met a sneaker guy at that time.
Yeah, right. Was he black?
He was white, but still big sneaker.
Interesting.
And he went crazy. He had this whole goal of keeping them clean and fresh forever. And he came and he grabbed my nipple and he squeezed my nipple till it bled.
Oh!
It hurts. And I felt like, I'm like, you can get new sneaks or clean them off. They're sneaks. My nipple, this is my body. I gotta feed my kids with these things someday.
Those nipple tweaks back in high school were deadly.
Yeah, I mean, you can rip it off.
Oh, yeah.
I read it takes 3 pounds of pressure to rip an ear off. So
Is that
a
right?
nipple, probably like 1.5 pounds.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know what exactly that means. Does that mean if you hang a 3
A 3 pound, it'll rip.
But there's some of those earrings I see at the.
I've seen some hubcaps hanging.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a shocker. My
So-
mom wears those kooky, like old lady, I'm eccentric earrings. You
Right.
know? It'll be like a big watermelon slice. You know what I mean?
like an art teacher.
Yes, my mom dresses like an art teacher.
How about those old ladies that you see? This is one of the weirdest and saddest things. The old ladies that still wear big earrings and their ear just drags now.
Yeah,
It's just hanging. It's dripping.
it's the saggy ball of the ear.
Yes, it looks like who's the painter?
Dali.
Yes, it looks like a Salvador Dali painting.
It's a clock. Yeah,
of her
the
ears.
melting clock.
Yes,
Right.
that could be a bit maybe.
Interesting.
She's got Salvador Dali ears.
Yeah.
That could be fun. I keep forgetting there's cameras. I like to itch my head a lot and pick my balls.
BU. I forgot they were here until you mentioned it.
Oh, BU, hell of a school.
These look
Prefer
like
BC.
cameras like when the president comes, you know?
Yes, they're very old. I think that we got ripped off. I think they're like, we mailed you some cameras, and they got these piece of shit newsroom from the 40s cameras.
Well, that's the thing. Now everything new looks old.
Aha.
You know, like the Instagram and all that shit.
Yes.
You make it look old. That's the new. Everybody's got a record player.
Yes,
in their
records
apartment.
are huge now.
Huge,
I got a
yeah.
record player.
Do you?
Well, Sarah has. I bought it for Christmas a couple years ago.
Do you get the one that looks old but is actually new?
It looks old, but it's actually new.
There you go.
When you spin it, it looks like a nipple a little bit
Aha.
with the nub.
My grandma used to have one of these record players where you put 5 records in it, and once one played, it would flip the other one in. It was like an old disc changer.
Yeah, that was state of the art. That was like an iPod back in the day.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a cool grandma. Mother's
was
side,
cool.
father's side.
Mom's side. My dad's side's old school South weirdo.
Right. Dad, how many grandparents you got standing?
I got one left.
Oh, wow.
You?
I got 2, both the broad. No, wait, holy shit, I got 1. I forgot. My dad's mother kicked off.
Yeah, they go like flies.
Yeah, they got 1 left.
Wow.
But she was the least enjoyable of all of them.
She's the one left?
She's nice. She's sweet. She might listen to this. She's very internet savvy, so I should be careful.
None of them seem enjoyable.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, my grandmothers were all kind of cunty.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, rest in peace or whatever the fuck. But, yeah, they were all just like, they gave me shit. It was a generational thing, and I don't know, they were
I
very
see.
mean.
You had a skateboard. They probably didn't understand that.
They didn't like that, and if I was like, I want to watch TV, they're like, what are you watching TV? It's the middle of the day. I was like, I don't know. Just want to watch TV for 5 seconds.
I want to talk about this. People are so judgy, especially with the phones. I went to the University of Washington basketball game out in Seattle.
Uh-huh.
Washington versus Washington State rivalry game.
A lot of Washington.
May I say, college basketball, my favorite sports atmosphere. Have we talked about this? Because
No.
it's small and there's a roof, so it's capped, and that energy is just bouncing around the walls, and the bump, 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 and it's rocking in there.
Yeah.
I love hoop. I love college hoop, and I love being there. But they have the big screen or whatever, and there's these like crazy old kooks behind me, a guy and a woman. They're probably in their 50s, and they're just so intense in the basketball game. The woman was like, "That ref! Fuck you, ref!" She didn't say "fuck you." She's like, "You suck, ref! You suck!" And like, it's a turn off hearing a woman just yell "you suck" at the ref. And you're like,
Right.
There were also good calls where I'm like, you don't even understand the game. What are you
Right.
talking about? But anyway, so she's yelling and screaming, hooting and hollering, and I think we got some areola news. So she's hooting and hollering, and then the big screen comes on, and there's a woman on her phone. It's a break in the action. There's a timeout happening. So they're showing the big screen, and they're showing shots of the fans, people dancing and wearing goofy hats or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And there's this one girl looking at their phone, and I hear them talking. They're like, look at her just looking at her phone instead of watching the game.
Oh,
She's watching her
yeah.
phone. She didn't even look up from her phone.
Right.
But I'm like, first of all, it's a timeout.
Yeah.
No one's playing. And you're watching the TV.
Ah.
You're watching somebody look at their phone.
Oh,
How are you?
interesting.
It's such a weird thing to judge.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm looking at my phone, but I'm texting with human beings that I love.
Right.
Sometimes you get a bad rap for being on your phone. Look at him on his phone. He's just on
Yeah.
his phone over there. Well, I'm communicating with loved ones.
Right.
I'm reading an article about the historical monument I'm looking at.
That's a good point.
Some of the stuff I'm reading, it's like a book, you look smart. If you're holding a book, if you're writing on a piece of paper.
Exactly.
I'm writing on my notes.
Shit. Yeah.
I'm writing. I move with the times, baby.
I'm completely with you. I saw a line. It was like a line waiting to get in someplace, and somebody took a photo, and they said, look, everyone's on their phone. What's happening to this country? It's like, they're waiting in line. They're probably reading a Kindle or whatever the fuck. They could be reading the New York Times on their phone.
Yes, we're educating ourselves at times when we used to not educate ourselves.
Exactly. Or you're communicating with someone.
Yes, I communicate with people. I'm texting. Derek and I were talking about this. I went through my phone. I texted with 18 people today.
Yes.
I'm talking to 20 people. I'm overloaded with friends. So, hey, how do you do? Nice to see you. And they're like, well, you're gonna talk. Why? I'm communicating. All talking is communicating ideas.
Exactly.
A text message is the same thing.
And this is maybe a bit of a leap, but I would say I can open up more on a text than maybe in a conversation.
Of course. I have this argument with Robert Kelly. He likes the phone. He's very phone.
Right.
He says it's not as meaningful. And I'm like, well, with writing, I can edit. And
yes.
When you're talking, it's hard. Sometimes I'm like, I can't express it.
Right. And we have some friends in the comedy world who are a bit ADD, so you can get a real back and forth with a text.
Right.
Sometimes I talk to these guys and they're talking the whole time, and I'm just going,
Mm-hmm.
There's no dialogue.
Yes,
But
indeed.
with a text, there's always a dialogue.
I love a text. You can write it something real sweet, you know?
Yeah,
It's
right.
much easier. Especially
yeah.
for men. We don't have the emotion thing, whatever the hell's going on. Our dads are gay.
Right.
So, but anyways, what's on that note there? I saw a couple
sorry,
stickers.
yeah.
This is the nipple news. Nipple news. This could be a new
Nipple
segment.
news.
Hey,
I
welcome
love
to
it.
Nipple News. Arrgh.
Yeah. This is why I love this show, because the producer walked all the way around, handed me a Post-it that says areola size runs in the family, and they can change color over time.
What about sexual arousal?
He said he couldn't find anything on the arousal, but those with larger breasts have larger areolas.
Oh, interesting.
But
See, I always date girls with small breasts.
I've seen girls with small breasts with some biggies.
That's gross. Not gross, but not ideal, I should say. I don't want to be judgmental here.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to make people feel weird, but that's
Just
odd.
send in pics of your tits and we'll talk about them.
Yeah, Tuesdays with Stories at Gmail. Let's get some of these nip pics.
It's nipple time. It's nipple news.
I don't mean to nitpick.
Hey, there we go.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Nitpick. Oh, wow.
We're going to nip that in the bud.
Hey, nip that in the asshole. I always thought it was nip it in the butt
I thought that too.
for years.
Because what the hell's a bud?
A flower, I think. You nip it before it blossoms.
Oh, interesting.
I think we just figured it out.
Why would you not want to let something blossom?
Because it's bad. We got to
it's
nip
a
it in
bad,
the bud.
It's a bad blossom.
You know what I mean? Someone, maybe if Sam Morrill's like, I want to be a guest on the show, we got to nip this in the bud.
Right in the bud.
We can't have him coming in here.
Bad blossom.
Oh.
In my opinion, nation, the sun is gonna surely shine.
Full House.
There it is.
Which one was that?
That was Blossom.
Oh, Blossom.
Which is
All
why
right,
I
right.
sang the song.
I was always more attracted to
Six?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
of
was going to
course.
say Joey,
Well,
but
who
let's
wasn't?
go with Six.
Blossom looked like a Clydesdale in a flannel shirt.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Oh.
Also, on that show, let me just backtrack here. The brother, she had this wildly Italian brother named Tony, and then the Joey character was like this all-American kid. It was
Right.
a weird, this is the family. You know, the girl has the schnoz like a fucking pterodactyl. The brother is this Guido Wop, and then what's his name?
Joey Lawrence.
Joey Lawrence is wearing like a leather jacket. He looks like, you know.
But wasn't he Guido-y? I don't remember the
I don't
Guido
think so.
brother.
You don't remember Tony?
No.
Oh, Aaron.
Was he older?
He was the older brother. Maybe they were step brothers. I don't know. But you got to pull up the picture of Tony, Joey, and Blossom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was one of them black?
No, that was different strokes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they had a black child.
Right.
I think.
I don't remember Tony. I don't remember that show that well. I remember she was very eccentric, and she did
Yeah.
a dance at the beginning with a chair.
Yes.
And I remember the whoa.
Yeah, the
And I remember
whoa.
Six being hot. She'd always wear a hat.
Yeah.
Also, they always wear goofy hats.
So 90s. It was like wildly 90s.
Hey, did you watch Togetherness last night or 2 nights ago?
What's that?
New HBO show on after Girls. I really enjoyed it.
Never heard of it.
It's about people in their mid-30s, and it's about this guy who's in show business out in L.A., but he's failing. But then he's got his buddy who's like in the married life. He's
Ooh.
got. It's very similar to. It's funny because I was watching it at my friend Derek's house. We had very similar things happening.
Right, he's the married guy.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
where it's like you're kind of married. You're like, come on, stick around. I'm with my wife and my kid. Help me out here. And then the other
Right.
guy's like, I got to go home. I'm failing. I'm a piece of shit.
Oh, it's like swingers almost.
Yeah, but older. I mean, they're older,
Older, right.
and there's a guy has a wife and a kid. But I thought it was well done and pretty funny. I liked it.
Great. I love that premise. I love the stable guy and then the guy trying to live the dream.
Yeah, it felt similar to the show that we were trying to right.
Right.
So, but this one was like they're older and it's more family oriented. But I was like, this is well done. Amanda Peet is in it.
Oh, she's so hot.
She's hot. She's like, and she
Gorgeous.
plays the older. I'm gonna be single for life. But you're like, what are you talking about? You're smoking hot.
Yeah, that's a little annoying.
But I think that guys do this. I think we're insensitive sometimes to the women's plight.
Uh-huh.
Plight or flight?
Plight.
Plight. That always sounds like a farming term, doesn't it?
I don't know.
Plight of the farmers or the.
Well, they could have a
Concords.
plight as well.
I imagine they're always plighting.
A lot of plights.
The rain, whatever.
The hoe.
Yeah, there's a lot of hose. and
The shovel.
One of my first joke: pimps are like firefighters. They're nothing without their hose.
Ah.
One of my early bits.
I would tweet that.
Maybe I will.
Tweet it.
I'll tweet it after this comes out, so the people have heard it. They retweet.
There you go. Beep,
But
beep, beep,
anyways-
beep, beep, beep. This is just in from Nipple News. Sorry, we need a chopper sound. Just some guy's like, I see cleavage on 34th Street. Back to you guys. Wow, there it is.
Not bad.
Boy, we got a regular Michael Winslow in studio.
Whoa! I don't know what that was.
Is that a woolly mammoth?
But anyway, what was the story? The plight.
The plight,
Oh, the
the
women.
farmers.
I think
Oh,
we're
yeah.
in. I think we're in. By the way, this might be my favorite episode ever. Not one story. I don't give a shit.
Oh yeah, I got
The
an
plight-
idea.
Actually, we told some stories. The blossom,
And the shoe mud.
shoe mud. What?
Ricky Tikki Tavi, what was his name with the shoes?
What the hell are you talking
The
about?
mud on the shoes.
Oh,
Ricky Da Vinci.
Craig Panini.
Craig Panini, that's the one.
16 minutes. I thought we were a half hour in.
Oh my
I thought
God.
we were in the home stretch here.
Woo-wee. I better come up with something.
Oh boy, I've been in a hut the last 3 weeks.
How about that French cartoonist, huh?
Oh yikes! All right, the plight. I think. I think we're insensitive. I think we're insensitive to the women's plight sometimes. I realize this because I watched. Oh my God, lights just started falling. It's crazy.
wow.
But the plight of women, these women, they always complain about being single, and guys all go, "What are you talking about? You're hot."
Yeah.
But there's more to it than that.
You're
you have
right.
to find a companion.
You're right.
And I'm guilty of it too, because I'm like, Amanda Pitt, you're hot. You got tits. You look how hot you are. You can get
Right.
any guy.
Yeah.
But maybe she doesn't like the guy.
Right.
Or maybe she could be a psycho too. I don't want to say we're all assholes, but
True.
so it's also finding companionship, not just you're attractive.
It's a good point. It's
And
a
I
good
think
point.
I think they get a bad rap in that department where you're like, what do you mean you're single? There was a beautiful girl here the other night. She's like, I haven't been laid in months, and we were all like, what are you talking about? You
Yeah.
can fuck anybody, just go crazy. But maybe you're a little more selective.
Isn't it so funny how when you hear a hot girl say, I've been laid in months, the first thing you think is, what are you, crazy? I'll fuck you.
Yes.
But then you realize, oh, they don't want to fuck me.
Right,
You know?
right. They
But that's how
couldn't fuck
guys
you.
think, yeah.
Right. I will fuck anybody.
Yeah. It's
I
like,
would in my later days, earlier days. Early
Yeah.
days. I meant later as in like it was a while ago.
Yeah, I've had sex with I've had a good range. I've gone like from 0 to 10.
Uh-huh. See,
Maybe
I-
9.
the hot girls I had sex with, I dated. I managed to pull it
yeah,
off. I've
right.
had beautiful girlfriends, and then the other ones, not as much. Although I've made love systems. Yeah, I guess I've had quite a range myself.
I think women will agree. Sometimes it's fun to have sex with an unattractive person. It's freeing. There's no pressure. It's a good time.
Now I heard that women like to have sex with a portly fella because it makes them feel smaller.
Yeah, that's
Thinner.
interesting.
I think a lot of girls are into chubby guys, or they don't mind fat. I remember my girlfriend saying, she's like, I don't mind chubby.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Chubby on a girl is a turnoff for us, but a chubby on a guy, I think girls don't mind it.
You know what I was thinking about the other day? I heard a girl say I like a strong, silent type, and I remember thinking, wow, imagine if a guy said that. Like, I like a woman who's quiet.
Aha.
You know, that's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
But they can get away with it.
Yes, that's interesting. That could be a bit, buddy.
Oh, maybe.
Who knows?
Something there. Oh,
Oh.
I got this one the other day. Speaking of ladies, I was running to a spot on 14th Street, hauling ass, and this girl stops me, and she goes, excuse me. And I was like, oh, geez, what's up? Like, I thought she was in trouble, and she's like, do you have any change?
What?
And I kind of look at her. She's like a gutter punk type chick.
Ooh.
And I go, well, I don't have any change. I was kind of mad at her for, like, stopping me. And she goes, well, what's all that jingling?
Wow.
She gave me the jingling.
Wow, she's like a hawk
Yeah.
with the ears.
And I said, those are keys.
Oh, yeah, a lot of keys. So you're a janitor.
Yeah, but I had a pocket full of change.
Aha, I bet.
She caught me red-handed, but I was like, oh, they're all keys. There's a lot of keys. She goes, key. And I just started running away.
What kind of gutter punk girl looks for change from a guy?
Who's running?
Interesting.
I think she heard the jingling from miles away.
Pocket full of change. It sounds like you're going to do a poem or a song, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Pocket full of change.
Can you spare some for me?
That might have been the best accidental Tom Waits ever done. I think I
Oh.
sounded a lot like him.
I thought that was Garfunkel.
Can you spare a little change?
There's some Bruce in there.
I think that's very Tom Waitsy. Aaron? By the way, I keep forgetting we have Karen. We're starting to film. We're starting a new era.
Stop bringing them up.
I picked my nose twice. I got to talk about
right.
it. I got to bring it up. I forgot.
scratched my balls twice.
I got my hand in my pants and I'm stroking my pubes. I got two fingers in my nostrils.
Right. I'm fingering you under the table.
Oh yeah. Ooh, that was a sensitive spot.
Hey.
All right,
boy.
so let's get crazy here. Let's get kooky. Where you been, buddy? What have you been up to?
I've been here, and I got to tell you, I love being in New York. I was in Philly. I've been here 2 weeks. It's the longest I've been in New York since, like, I don't know, 48.
Yeah.
So I'm living it up. I'm just doing spots all over town. I'm running around. I'm hanging out with friends. I've been drinking with Sam. We had a great cellar hang last night.
Nice.
And it was me, Sam, Mackie, Lynch, and Steve. Just a good hang.
That's a great hang.
And we all laughing it up and good times.
Oh man, I'm hosting tonight. Check the lineup. Not a great hang. By that I mean none of you guys, none of my closies. You know,
Right.
Like, the guys I like, but you're like, where's my? I want to see my friends. You know.
Yeah. Boy, I love that club, but it's good to get out every now and then.
Yeah, I had a week off from there, and it was kind of refreshing, you know, because you relax a little more, and there's not the forced hang everywhere else.
I also did the podcast festival.
Oh yeah, I want to hear about that.
Boy,
Hit me.
it was pretty great. I got the audio. If you guys want to, if I can send it to Stand Up Labs, maybe we can do like a bonus episode.
Bonus ep.
It's about an hour long, or about 45 minutes long. But Matt Wayne, such a funny guy.
One of the funniest guys.
I couldn't figure out who to have on. Then it just hit me. I was like, we got to get Matt Wayne on.
Yeah, he's a kook and he's hilarious.
Kook.
Great guy.
Great guy, lived it up from Buffalo, real blue-collar gent, funny as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And, we met at Fontana's. That's where they had the whole festival.
Uh-huh.
We get up there. There's a green room upstairs. There's like a little balcony area, and it's free booze, free food, like free snacks.
Wow.
Good times. There's a couch. We're all hanging out. And one of my friends from New Orleans was in town, one of my high school buds. One of the few high school guys I've stayed in touch with.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, come to Fontana's. He's now a music producer.
Wow.
And he had a band at Mercury Lounge.
Oh, I've
So
been
I'm
there.
like, you're a couple blocks away. Come on by. So he walked by, and I got to look like a real cool guy because I was like, come up to VIP with me. We'll get some free booze. So we're drinking up there, and he's meeting Matt Wayne. And like he walked up to me later. He's like, your friends are so cool because they're all comics. They're all
Wow.
funny. They were all being on. You know, it was like Nate Fridson and a bunch of other guys.
It's amazing how time turns us into cool guys.
Oh.
A lot of us were not cool
Oh,
guys.
tell me about it.
And then time passes. Now we're cool.
Oh, I think a lot of the coolest guys out there were dorks in high school.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never got laid. That's why they became cool. They worked on it.
Yeah, well, they became cool by default also, because I think a lot of these other people went off and got uncool.
They got jobs.
That's the thing. You got jobs and kids. Now you're uncool.
Right.
Now I'm cool.
They're working in insurance. I mean, this girl I was banging was super cool in high school, way out of my league. Now I'm on TV.
Yeah.
How do you like that?
How you like me now? Now that I'm on my way.
Yeah.
You still think I'm gay?
Woo. So, I got to look cool. Then we did the pod. Pod was great. We got into a mini little fight in the middle of it. And
A fight with Matt Wayne.
like in a good way. Like he called me out, I called him out, you know.
Oh, wow.
And it was killing. We had some big laughs. We had two fans to see us. There were probably about 30 people there, 2 people there to see
Wow.
Tuesdays. And you could tell it was a split between Pat Dixon and us.
Mm-hmm.
Pat Dixon did his crime report. It was fine. Then we go up and you could see everybody like, shit, can we leave? We don't know them.
Uh-huh.
And we were so quick and so funny that I think they all had a good time. We got some big laughs. And Matt Wayne eventually broke me down. He was doing impressions of me and you, and he's like, I'm Mark Norman. I got walls up. I can't open up. And then we
Right.
talked about that, and it was great. We got into family stuff.
Yeah, he does a Joe List impression that I don't find to be very accurate, but it's fun.
Well, luckily, no one there knew us.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, it's fine. It's good.
Boy, Matt Wayne, you said you got in a thing with him. Not that you got to this situation, but that guy's not to be trifled with, I think. I mean, that guy can handle himself real well.
Physically?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He's like one of those blue-collar guys. Seems like a nut. He's from Buffalo, and
Yeah.
he's a big guy.
He looks like he works on a dock.
Yes, I think he might, actually.
He might. He's stocky. He's got a knit cap on, you know?
Yeah, I bet he could fuck people up if he had to.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with him. But we just had a little verbal. Like, I was like, the whole time he was like, so what are we going to talk about? I was like, we'll figure it out, because that's
Right.
how we do it.
Yes.
And I think he was maybe nervous, but he was like, all right, fine, we'll figure it out. You're the boss here. And then I kind of was in there like, so what are these stories you got? And he was
Right,
like,
right.
what do you mean stories? Then we got into it.
Well, this show is exploding off the charts.
It's going
people,
well.
People are getting nervous to be on here.
It's lunch, baby.
It's queefy.
Oh, I had a couple of requests I got to run by you, people who want to do it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Off air, I hope.
Off air.
Because I don't want you to say a name, and I'm like, ugh, PU, never.
Sure, I wouldn't do that.
And we're on camera. I'll stop mentioning the cameras, but we got a new era coming up here. New
yeah.
wave coming soon. So buckle up and be ready and be careful and get silly.
Yeah. Well, do we have to, you know, we should wear suits.
I can wear a suit
I'm
every day.
joking.
I wore one for New Year's. My feet, those shoes.
Oh, the shoes.
How do people dress with shoes?
Every day they do it for business work. You know?
Oh, I was like wearing a fucking a wine box
Yes.
or something.
And I always talk to a guy. I'm like, how do you do it? You're stepping on wood all day. They go, you got to get the inserts. I'm like, well, why don't they just
inserts.
make them comfortable? How about that?
Yeah, these shoes, I felt like I wanted to kill somebody. I was going to take it off and beat my girlfriend to death with it.
Yeah, that I'd like to see.
Oh, boy.
Well, I don't want you to hurt her.
Yeah, jeez.
But beating someone with a shoe, boy, it's quite a sight.
It's nice to come home to a good girl. It
Oh,
makes it so
yeah.
much easier. I was with my friends out in Seattle. I'll get into that. But you're coming home where I used to be emotional and sad. It helps to be working, too.
Yeah.
When you get a little bit of work and you have a nice place and a comfy bed and a good girl, when you're like, I'm going home, but I'm excited to go home.
Yes.
Like 5 years ago, I'd be like, God, I got to go back to New York. I'm a loser. I hate myself. I'm a drunk. I'm a piece of shit, and I'm lonely.
Right.
But now I feel good. I'm back. Boom.
And you go right to her.
Yeah, I go home. I snuggle. We snuggled it up.
That's a great time.
I'm
I
a
mean,
hell of a snuggler.
the fact that you look forward to seeing her is it's a great thing.
Oh, I'm looking forward. We spoon. I can get it so we're every centimeter is touching from
Wow.
behind. I'm a hell of a because I'm lanky.
I like that.
Makes them lankier.
Yeah. Do you put the wang in between the cheeks, or are you wearing underwear?
Oh, underwear. I can't sleep naked or nude or whatever.
Oh, you sleep snuggle.
Oh, sleep snuggle.
Oh, I can't do that.
Oh, I sleep like that. I get right in there. I go arm in between the tits, the forearms in between the tits, under her arm, and then up through the tits.
Uh-huh.
And I got that. Then that comes up around her neck a little
Yeah,
bit.
I like that.
Then I got the other arm under her head,
Uh-huh.
and that one's just kind of free. It's out there.
Sure.
My hand, in case I have to pick something up or pick my nose, whatever.
Text.
Then I got the foot spoons going, which I believe I invented. That my
Interesting.
foot is spooning her foot. She got a nice soft foot.
You're on the bottom.
I'm behind her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then I got the my torso or groin or crotch.
Uh-huh.
It's like a hot dog. The dick's right in the buns.
Yeah, yeah.
And then my tummy all over her back. We're sealed up. We're sealed.
Tummy back.
Yeah, it's great.
Wow.
Love it. The only problem is the hair gets in the mouth.
Ah.
I get that hair everywhere. I gotta scoop it and swoosh it underneath her head so it's not all over my face.
I would assume your head would be above hers.
Well, because I'm folded in,
You're
baby.
folded, yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you know what I
folded.
mean? I'm on the it's like an envelope.
And I love you can get a little ear nibble sometimes or a neck kiss.
Oh, I nibble the ear. I didn't know you nibbled ears.
Oh, big ear nibbler.
What?
I think I invented that.
Oh my God, you might have.
Yeah, I wrote a blog about it. I should have patented it.
I got it from somebody else, but he knows you, so maybe
Uh-huh.
somewhere along the line, yeah. I should have patented foot spoons. I'm a killer foot
That's
spoon.
big.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's fun is licking the earlobe, like the outside, and then going all the way up on the ear.
You got to make sure she's hygienic, though. You don't want to get a crust.
Ooh, good Lord. I've never had that happen. Good
Well, there could
God.
be a crust.
I guess.
Oh God! I was like, the cameras again. I'm picking my dick out of my balls
Oh,
right
I know.
now.
I'm doing weird shit, too. I'm going to face the other way.
These cameras. We're gonna have to get this figured out at some point.
Cameras aren't lunch.
Oh no!
They should hide the cameras a little.
But no, that's even worse. Then I'll
yeah.
be jerking off over here.
Right. Jeez, I shouldn't have worn the shirt that says God hates. Well, never mind.
Oh boy.
But
well, boy. Oh, you got more stuff over there?
no, I got something later.
All right, I'll save that for later. Well, I just got back, as I alluded to. I teased out in Washington State, Seattle, and Tacoma. Marcus, I love that region of the country more than I can describe in words.
Pacific Northwest.
It is magical.
It's
it
beautiful.
feels magical.
Oh,
Everything is. I was trying to explain how it's dark green and also bright green. It's like fluorescent and dark, and the dew and the water and the city's amazing. Seattle's an amazing city
Great
with that
city.
Space Needle, and then what's the lake? I forget. We went to the when Harry Met Sally house, Sleepless in Seattle house, just sold for $2.5 million. You ever go down there? Lake Union, I think it's called. It's all those big houses on the water.
Yes,
they're boat houses.
I've slept in one of those.
That's a dream.
Yeah,
it's like MacGyver. I think they shot MacGyver there or something.
Oh, interesting.
You have a house and it's just got 2 little twin motors and you buzz around. You park right in there.
Right.
To live on a boat house,
unreal.
That's the dream. And they had the airplane that lands in the water coming in. We went to Gasworks Park. This was amazing. We did so much, but. My friend Derek and I, my best friend from high school, one of the funniest people. You met him one time.
Funny guy.
Unbelievably funny. Funnier than almost every comedian I've ever met. You and DePaulo were the only 2 people I've ever met that are funnier.
Oh, boy.
It's amazing that there's a civilian. I'm like, you're so much funnier than every comedian I've ever met in my life.
Right.
It's staggering.
Yeah.
Anyways, but so we're hanging out, and me and him and his wife, Erica, who I love also, and his baby, who I love more than any baby I've ever loved. Hope Louis Gomez doesn't listen to this. I'd like to hook him up, maybe.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Baby James and Brooke, but who wants to marry a Puerto Rican? Seriously.
Right,
come on.
And that kid will be dead soon.
Right. So anyways, we're driving around. We go down to University of Washington campus.
Oh, nice.
Spectacular.
Great university.
Beautiful day. We walk around campus. I had gone to the basketball game earlier in the week. We're walking around, and this is fun. I bump into a big nerd-looking kid, probably a freshman. He looks like he's 12, long black hair, looks like a nerd.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know this kid. How do I know this kid?
Huh.
And as he's walking by, I go, hey, you're the drummer in the band. I was watching him because I loved the band. I was at the basketball game, and I was like, this drummer's I love a drummer. You know me. Drummer.
Yeah, who doesn't?
So I'm watching him. I go, you're the drummer of the band. You could feel that I just made this kid's world.
Wow.
He was like, yeah. And he could tell I'm not a student. I'm an older guy. I got a beard. There's a kid there.
Wow.
And he's like, what? Yeah. I'm like, you're terrific. I was watching you during the game.
That's
and
great.
he's like, oh, my God. He's like, black. You could see it. I felt like he was twice as big. He grew inches.
Yes. Good for you.
We get to have that so much when someone's like, I recognize you. You're Joe List. You're funny. Whatever.
It's nice to give it back.
It's such a nice feeling. It's good to give back.
Yeah.
And it's funny because the campus, I don't know how people go there, 60,000, 20,000, however many people. There's only one person in the school that I would recognize. It was the drummer of the band, and we just happened to bump into him.
Wow.
Yeah, so I got to make his day, which was fun.
That's great.
But anyway, so we're walking around campus. It's beautiful. We leave. We're like, all right, we'll head back to back home or whatever. And I'm looking at the Google Maps. I love a map. I'm a map guy. So I'm like, I'll find us the way home because my buddy Derek doesn't go to this part of the city too often. But his wife does. So she's like, you want to take a left? And I'm like, no, I'm looking at the map. Take a right. And so Derek listens to me because I'm a man, you know.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right. So he takes a right. And I'm like, oh, shit. You were right. I don't know why I'm arguing. You look that way. Because I was looking at the highway on the map, but there's no ramp there. I just saw the highway. I was like, we'll just drive into the highway, but there's no ramp or underneath it.
Right.
So we start driving that way, and I'm like, well, there's a big park here called Gasworks Park. I'm looking at the map. I'm like, what is that? They're like, oh, I think that's cool. I'm like, let's stop. It looks cool. We go in there. Next time you go to Seattle, you got to go to Gasworks Park.
All right.
Incredible. It's this old gas. I didn't Google it, so I don't know what the hell it is, but this old time 100-year-old giant gas tanker, all steel.
Wow.
And it's beautiful. It's not in use anymore, of course. And it's this big peninsula right where that Sleepless in Seattle house is. Then there's the skyline, all these houseboats, beautiful green pastures, and the lake. And there's the airplanes landing on the lake, and there's guys kayaking. I Instagrammed. Follow me on Instagram, at Joe List Comedy.
There's a great slew of photos on there.
A slew. And just a beautiful park, but it was serendipitous because we took a wrong turn.
I love that.
And it was like a microcosm of an analogy, a metaphor.
Metaphor.
Whereas I'm like, go this way. We take a wrong turn, but sometimes a wrong turn is the right turn.
Ooh, that's a Meta 5, baby.
Yes, it was spectacular, and just the views of that city. And it's such a community. I love West Seattle specifically. That's where he lives. That's where Eddie Vedder lives as well.
Ooh.
So there's a little bit of emotional
How'd you like to run into
attachment.
him?
I'm dying to. We've been to his house a few times.
Oh, wow.
We drive by there and look in, and then I don't want to invade his privacy. So we drive out of there, but
Pubes?
Okay. It's puberty.
Yes.
But just the whole region is spectacular, and I got to hang out with his baby, who's like 2.5, which is like the best age.
Good age.
She talks and she responds. She says okay and thank you. She has sentences. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because James, Lewis's baby, he's like 6 months younger.
Right.
But that's like 50% of a life, you know?
Oh, totally.
So he's like, he says words, but there's not sentences. You don't have a dialogue.
Uh-huh.
But this baby, there's dialogue, and she's fun, and you're whipping her around. And,
Yeah.
and it's so much fun. She stomps on your balls, and
Oh, yeah.
it's a whole thing. You got to be careful with that.
Right. Good areolas.
I didn't get to see the areola, but I imagine they're very little
Probably for the best.
at this stage. Yeah. I didn't get to.
You know what's cute about Derek is we were in Vancouver together. This is years ago, 2012, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the Vancouver Comedy Festival. Derek came along because I guess the Seattle proximity.
Yes.
And he didn't know us that well, but he's such a funny guy that he was kind of nervous, and I think he would tell you jokes, and then you would be like, I got to tell the group, and then you would tell us,
yeah.
and then we would all laugh.
Yeah, it was interesting. He was whispering like this gold.
Yeah.
I was like, you got to shout those out.
That was adorable, I thought.
He's amazing. He's got some jokes where you're like, that should have been mine. That was a great one. But I'll tell this story. I hope it translates. One night, him and his wife and their friends came down to the show, and we had the classic thing happen where someone mistakes their act for your act.
Oh, yeah.
But this time, it was my best friend and his wife.
Oh,
so she's
wow.
like, yeah, that when you did the bit about, when you were mentioning Larry, you were talking about Larry, the people next to us were dying. They must have a friend named Larry, so they were crying. And you know how you just know your act really well? And I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't say Larry in my act.
Right.
And like, no, the bit you did, you said Larry something. You were talking about how Larry's a dumb name.
Right.
And I was like, Larry, why would I have said Larry? And they're like, you did. They were dying. It was the only time they laughed the whole show. They were slapping their legs.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, I didn't say Larry. And then someone else goes, their friends go, that was the first comic. Who's a girl, by the way, like a beautiful woman.
Oh, really?
That doesn't even look like me. And so they're so embarrassed because they they've screwed up and they were saying the wrong name. So all week we were making Larry jokes.
Uh-huh.
And then Sunday, the next day, Erica, the wife, she's waiting for the cable guy. He never shows up. 4 hours, never comes. And Derek's like, boy, you're sitting around here all day waiting for Larry the cable guy.
Oh!
And it was like a double entendre zing big
Yes.
thing.
Wow.
It was one of those ones where you don't even laugh. You're just like, well, that should have been mine. Fuck me, right in the ass. But man, we had some great ones. I was calling them Mo, Larry, and Curly. It was real fun. There was so many Larry jokes going, and she was embarrassed. It was just one of those fun things. But here's what's great about hanging out with my friend Derek and his wife. There's so much. They're not in showbiz, so we're not talking
Yes.
about comedy, and
Right.
there's no writing, or that could be a bit. We're just joking.
Yes.
It's all jokes.
free form.
We're just joking for 12 hours without any, what are you doing tonight? There's no jealousy or resentments. It's just
Right.
like, it's just as funny, but without that thing of like, you got that? How'd you get that?
Yeah,
All right, shit,
yeah,
I need to get this.
You need that.
That was all gone. It was just
Right.
all the laughs.
That is interesting. It's funny you say that because I was hanging out with my high school friend, and I'm killing with this kid. And you realize, because we hang out, it's me, you, it's Joe Mackey, it's all these Phil Hanley, it's all these
I know
funny
where you're
guys. And we're not dying at each other's stuff all the time because we're going, oh, that's funny, or I like that line there.
Yes.
We're analyzing everything. But when you hang out with these guys who aren't comics, you go, hey, I'm pretty funny. I forgot.
Right.
I was funny because you need a non-comic every now and then.
It's funny you said that. I had the same feeling. I was like, I am fucking brilliant.
Right.
Like, every line, they're just dying.
Yeah.
And I got the him and her and the baby, they're all just cracking up.
The baby.
And you're like, man, I forget that. I'm like, I got to joke a minute.
Yeah.
Because when we're hanging out, we're joking, but there's not a lot of laugh. Well, we
Not a lot of
laugh.
We laugh, but we laugh at weirdo shit.
Yeah. People fall and break their teeth open. We're like,
Right.
what a fucking idiot.
Right. But
So, yeah, you do need to hang out with those civilians to be like, man, I'm a beast.
I can't tell you how many times we've been sitting around at the cellar and I'll say something and I'm like, damn, I thought that was gonna murder, and it got 0.
Yes.
But if I said it with my high school friend, he'd be high-fiving me.
Right. But I tell you, I think people try not to laugh sometimes.
I think there's a lot of that.
We've had this before.
Yes.
I always laugh at you. I laugh right out loud.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I laugh at you as well. You killed me.
That's pretty rare.
But when I do it, I mean it.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. You do a ha, which is your way of going. That's funny.
You know how if I'm really dying? If it's a wheeze. That's my
The
real
hardest
laugh.
I've ever seen you laugh when I was doing DePaulo's dildo bit at my kitchen.
Oh,
That's the
man.
hardest I've ever seen you laugh. You were
was
crawling
dying.
on the floor
You know what else got me? I quote this all the time. We were in Vancouver again, coincidence.
with Derek.
With Derek, and me and you were bicycling with Derek, and we were going around the seawall in Vancouver.
Stanley Park.
And there was two hot girls, and they both had little dogs.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, man, look at those two girls. And you walked up and you went, how much for all four? I lost it.
That was a fun one.
I lost it. What a great trip that was.
That was amazing. I was talking to Derek about that, too. Is like, that, until we're famous, we will never be able to repeat something like that. You, me, Sam Morrill, Gary Veter, Phil Hanley, and Carmen Lynch.
Carmen Lynch, yeah.
But our closest group of friends, like our
Core.
5 closest core group of friends in Vancouver at like a 5-star hotel.
At an amazing comedy club.
Yes. And it's just incredible.
Unbelievable.
Hot tub, steam room, the gym.
Right.
And our room was windows, floor-to-ceiling windows, looking out over the city with the mountains.
Yeah.
I was newly sober. I was like 3 weeks sober for that trip. But here's the funniest thing that happened with Derek and his kid, Brooke, who I love. And we were hanging out at campus, and I picked up his stick. I was being a goof, just goofing around. I picked up his stick, and I go, Brooke, watch this. And I went to break it over my knee, and it just didn't break.
Uh-huh.
And I tried a second time, and I was like, ah! And I kind of snapped it, but it was still stuck together, like a branch. So I had to keep twisting it, and I twisted it for like a minute, and finally just ripped it apart, and it was like a big laugh.
Yeah.
And then Brooke is like a kid. She's 3, so 2.5. She's like, oh, I get it. She picks up a stick right next to that one, snaps it right in half with her hands. First try.
That's fun.
We all just died laughing. It's crazy. I wasn't even trying to be funny. I was legitimately trying to break a stick and couldn't do it. And then she just looked at her tiny little girl hands, was like,
kids are funny.
Classic. Oh, she's so funny. She farts and then claims it. She's like, that was me.
Oh, that's great.
Too funny.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great.
Boy,
I love her. I missed her. It was hard to leave.
We should have some kids, huh? Me and you, we'll adopt.
That's funny because I was the whole time. I was like, oh, maybe this is a thing. I was like, maybe I should have a kid, and then I was like, or maybe I should just spend time with this kid. That would be way easier.
That'd be a lot better.
Yeah,
you
because
can
they
leave
the tantrums and the whatnots and the business and the money.
Yeah, when they start crying, you go, hey, what's her name? Sarah, Susan,
Brooke.
Oh,
Sarah's my girlfriend.
No, the wife.
Erica.
Hey, Erica, there's a problem here, and then you get to go. Watch TV.
See you later. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kids. I have a niece, Olivia. She's 1.5. Too cute. This is how cute. I'm rarely in New Orleans, so she's only seen me like 10 times maybe in her whole life.
Yeah.
And so she'll always be like, "It's my friend Mark."
Oh, that's
which
sweet.
is kind of fun because that's actually better than uncle.
Of course, friend is way better than uncle.
Yeah, I'll take friend. Any people are like, no, it's your uncle. I'm like, no, let's go friend.
Right.
I like that.
What was I gonna say there? Olivia. That's a beautiful name.
Yeah,
that's
a nice kid.
Eddie Vedder's kid's name. One of his kids' names.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it all comes back to West Seattle.
Interesting.
But I love that region. I did the Tacoma Comedy Club, which is a tremendous comedy club. Mm-hmm. If you're out there and you'll listen to hopefully if you're listening, you were at the show. A couple people came out, a couple fans.
Nice.
Appreciate it. Nice to see you. One fan was a fan of You Know What Dude, but doesn't listen to this podcast.
Oh, come on.
I go, what are you doing?
You're missing out.
You can listen to more than one podcast. Get on board with both.
That's like liking Curb and not knowing about Seinfeld.
Right. Get on board with both.
Yeah.
Both boards. And then another guy, I think Chris was his name, he came out and he was nice. And so it was nice to see those fans. But if you're in the region, and I don't know much about the Seattle Comedy Clubs because I did the festival years ago, but I haven't really worked on it. But if you're in that region, take the trip down. It's a half hour. Go down to Tacoma. It's a beautiful comedy club. And then they do a great thing there, which every club should do. When you buy the comedian's merch, you get 2 free tickets to a later show. So your CD sales go through the roof. They get people coming back.
Right.
Everybody's happy.
Genius.
And then at the end of the week, they give you a card signed by the whole staff.
Whoa.
And everybody writes a personalized message.
I love it.
And the cook writes, I didn't see shit, which is fun.
That's hilarious.
But they write back, you were really funny, and they'll personalize it. Like, I love that joke.
Wow.
I love this bit. It makes you feel really good, and your check's inside there.
Wow.
It's really sweet.
What a treasure.
The club is, really nice,
Wow.
But, yeah, fun shows and no real incidences, which is always
That's
nice.
good.
Although they were tired.
Good.
I had the Seahawks game Saturday night, so it was very light.
Yeah.
How about these people? I have issues with these people. When I'm on stage, they're wearing a Seattle Seahawks jersey that probably costs $130. Mm-hmm. Yet they're at the show while the game's on. They spent $130 for the jersey. They play 18 games a year.
Right.
You're just missing one?
Interesting.
And then I go, hey, by the way, the Seahawks won. And this one woman goes, yeah! Yeah! And I'm like, well,
you're here.
What are you doing here if you care that much? That's the reaction?
Right.
Where it's just like, and this is not all women or whatever. I'm not one of these women pretend to like sports, but it's just like, you obviously are not, you don't care about sports. You're just trying to fit in and be cool.
Right.
Because if you cared, you'd be watching the game.
That is interesting.
Anything that would cause me to react like, yeah!
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna watch the thing.
Yeah, your son's being born, and you're at the club. Hey, it's a boy! Yeah! Right.
It's
Go to
very-
the fucking hospital.
Yeah, well, Joe List was in town. I had to go check him out. But
Right.
boy, great club, and then the guys I worked with were great. Todd Armstrong, I think was his name, and Andrew Rivers, who's hilarious.
Who was this hot chick you mentioned?
Larry, and hilarious also. Kelsey, I forget her last name though. She filled in one night because
Grammar?
Andrew, no,
Seattle.
much prettier. Yeah, Seattle. I think that was Frazier.
Ah, Frazier.
Kelsey's fake. He lives in L.A.
Uh-huh.
No,
But
wait. Frazier's fake.
Kelsey's real, and he's an alcoholic.
Oh, that's right. And
Yeah.
a big Republican, too.
Is that right?
Yeah. So, I don't know if there's meetings for that, but hopefully there's a solution, Kels. But anyways, Kelsey, I forget her last name, but she's a beautiful girl, but also hilarious. She had some great bits.
Oh, nice
But she
combo.
only did that is a good combo. She only did the one night because Andrew was at the Seahawks game, ironically. And then I did a Sunday night show with my main man, Corey, and great bar show up at Emery's.
I
in
love that.
Everett, Washington.
Oh, that's a scary place.
And it was another, like, right on a lake and a nice, classy restaurant. And it was one of those bonus gigs.
Love a
where you're
bonus.
like, I wanted a night off to hang out, but I can't say no to an extra couple $100.
Right.
They do the same deal. You buy the CD, you get 2 free tickets. Sold a bunch of CDs there. They were raising money for that guy that took the fucking bat to the head.
Oh, right.
Forget his name, but boy, I hope that guy gets better. But anyways, that show was great too, and a bunch of hot girls there,
Oh,
which is always fun.
Beautiful girls in that area.
And then there's the kitchen. They have an open kitchen where you can watch the chef with a fiery brick oven, whatever.
Ooh.
I watched a guy cook a pizza. I got a new respect for these cooks.
Oh, cooks are amazing.
It was like an art form. He paints the dough.
Yeah.
He's kneading it.
Uh-huh.
And then he does the spin, the flippity-flop. He throws it in the oven. He checks on it a couple times, pulls it out. It was a work of art.
Yeah.
And I felt like he really felt like it was a work of art. You could see the pride.
Right.
It makes a difference when you can see the pride the cook takes in cooking it.
Made with love.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'm with you. Well, can I say this? Speaking of food and pride, I'm going to go a little counterculture here. I'm going against the grain.
Oh, are you coming out of the closet right now?
I wish it was that easy. This is a little more difficult. So I want to thank all the fans that have been giving us Chipotle cards. You know, it means a lot. We appreciate it. We love Chipotle. But I've been going there for 5 days in a row, and the card isn't working because they got the shit machines at the fucking counter.
Yes.
And then they make you feel like a dick because there's 30 people behind you waiting with burritos, and you go, swipe it again, there's money on there. And they go, sorry, there's no money. And then you have to be the douche who goes, punch in the number.
Yes.
And then they punch in the number, they go, oh, you got $15. And you go, okay, well, don't give me shit.
Yes.
So I'm talking to you, Chipotle. Get your cards right.
Well, that's the thing. Their whole thing, this is the beef with Chipotle. Now it all comes out. We hate them.
Yeah.
The whole thing, they try to do speed,
Uh-huh.
but it's like, well, just slow down a little bit. You'll still be fast because there's a line. They're like, keep it moving. Didn't
Right.
work. And they just whip your card.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah.
well, punch in the numbers.
Right.
Fuck you. This is my money.
Yeah.
I need this. So they do that sometimes where they'll anticipate your order. They'll just start dumping shit in real quick because they're trying to be
Oh,
fast.
hate
And I'm like,
that, hate
just
that.
slow down so you don't
Right.
fuck me.
Right. You see that hand going for the sour cream, like, no sour.
No sour. No sour. And they're flicking. They throw it right in your face.
Right, because it used to be very personal. Every burrito was personalized for you, and now it's kind of like assembly.
When I was in Washington, when I leave New York, because New York doesn't have this restaurant anymore, I like to hit up an old Qdoba.
Oh boy, we are talking shit, aren't we?
They
huh?
got the queso.
I love Qdoba. Don't get me wrong.
It's my favorite Japanese restaurant.
Qdoba.
Qdoba.
Qdoba's like the more fun little brother of Chipotle.
Yes.
You know, he drinks. He likes some puss.
The queso. Get that
Queso,
cheese on there. I got vices.
It's a wild ride, that queso.
I love the case.
Bring it on, baby. I'll put queso on anything.
Doesn't it sound Japanese? Qdoba.
It totally does.
Welcome
Yeah.
to Qdoba. Do you want that queso?
That's lunch.
Yeah, that's fun. We had it for lunch.
Beep, 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 beep. Nipple news here. All right, sorry.
Yeah, I got to talk about. Oh, sorry.
You can put queso on a nipple. That was all I was going to say.
Oh yeah, I would love queso on a nipple.
And we're back.
I went to. We got to talk about this hike too. We went to. You're gonna love the name of this. All right, the name is a little gay and it's a little food related. I want you to try to guess the name of this trail. Gay, food related, alliteration. Those are your hints.
Sheesh, it's a trail.
Yes.
Gay, food, alliteration.
Yeah.
Meaning
Take a stab.
S and S
Yes. Well, three words.
Oh, it's 3 words.
3 words. Alliteration.
sounds like it's a movie. No.
Food.
Food,
Gay. alliteration.
3 words.
Take a couple stabs.
Okay. Well, I think trail is probably in there.
It's not.
Ah, fuck. All right. So
I'll give you a hint. Another hint.
Wait. How about this? Winding Wiener Way.
Ooh, that's not bad because food and gay.
And gay.
That's a good guess.
Okay.
It's not it, but I heard it's a good trail.
All right.
You got any other guesses?
That's a Chelsea has that street. Let's see. Okay, how about Dick's Delicious Dirt Path.
Oh,
I got
that's not
nothing.
bad.
Yeah, you got to give it to me.
Poo Poo Point.
I would have never thought of that.
Poo
Holy
Poo
shit.
Point.
Poo Poo Point. Wow.
Yeah, it's a little. I don't know if it's gay or if it's food related.
Not
I think
food, that's for sure.
Well, poo poo. You
eat.
you translate food into into poo poo.
You also got a poo poo platter.
Aha. Well, anyways, we went to Poo Poo Point. If you're out in the Pacific Northwest and you haven't hiked Poo Poo Point, fucking shoot yourself in the face or go right now. Put your pencils down and get out to Poo Poo Point. It's in Issaquah.
Ooh,
I love a nice Native American.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love those Native Americans. We go out there and we go and hike it, and it's 1,700 feet up.
Woo.
10-mile hike.
Oh, that's a little much.
We hiked 10 miles in 4 hours, which isn't bad. About 2.5 miles an hour we were walking.
That ain't
And,
nothing to sneeze at.
All uphill and just beautiful. Each step is more beautiful than the other. And we were up in the fog, and it was foggy and dewy and that dark green and the mud. And we'd see all these hot chicks in the yoga pants, and we'd hike behind them for a minute, which was nice.
It's a good time.
A lot of high school girls and whatnot.
Oh, yeah, that's some motivation.
But, man, it was a tremendous hike. And you get up to the top, they do hang gliding off the top. It's like a little turf thing where you fucking run with a hang glider and jump off. We didn't do it because it was expensive and cloudy and dangerous and scary.
Terrifying.
Yeah. But what an amazing hike. I have such a passion for hiking. It feels so good because your body is just taking you, and it's just you and your breath and the muscles and your friend and great conversation, and you get those endorphins going.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
God, I felt great.
Wow, I feel better just hearing about it.
Yeah, you got to go when you're out there. Poo Poo Point, spectacular, great views of the city and the other mountains, and just tremendous. I loved every minute of it.
Boy, you really get out there.
I like to get out there. You got to.
You got to. I mean, I'm a big, I'll go to a museum or a nice restaurant. You know, I was in Philly, I got a cheesesteak. I saw the Mutter Museum and the Museum of Art, but you get out. I mean, a 10-mile trail would just intimidate me.
It was exciting and fun, but those trails out there, and that's why Washington, the Pacific Northwest, it's like a magical place because they're everywhere.
Right.
Every trail, every mountain, it's just spectacular out there. It's just a magical emerald city, and then that's not even touching the Oregon and British Columbia and spectacular. There's so much to see and do. Isn't it feel refreshing and nice about life that there is so much? We don't even have the time.
You could never do it all.
Overwhelming. I mean, think about how much stuff is happening in New York City and up in the state of Maine and the Oregon coast and southern. It's incredible.
And how much in New York City? I've lived here for 7 years. I haven't even scratched the surface.
They say you can live 10 lifetimes and never live all the glories, whatever the bullshit saying is.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'm going to the Middle East in February, and I am not going to take it lightly. I'm going out. I'm getting off my ass and really seeing the town.
Yeah, get out there. Watch out for ISIS, though.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard about those
They'll chop your head right off.
My manager only gave me one note because a lot of times I'll drink too much or I'll do this or that. He said, I don't care what you do in the Middle East, just don't try to get laid too much.
Aha.
Which I think is a good note because you bang some broad whose dad owns a curvy sword. You know?
Right. Oh, that's going to be exciting. I've been out there, but not in the way that you're doing, and not with the freedom to kind of move around. I was on military. I was going to base to base to base, which was cool. But you're going to Dubai, if I'm not mistaken.
Abu Dhabi, Bahrain. If we got any fans out there,
come
on out.
Come on out, folks. I think we probably would have lost them somewhere along the way.
Possibly,
but not all that respectful for other religions always.
Bring me a Punjabi card if you're out there. Maybe I'll swipe that.
Qdoba. If you go to the Far East, we'll get a Qdoba card.
I like the Qdoba Asian.
Is it offensive?
No, it works.
Qdoba.
Yeah, it's almost like a Chili's. Sounds like a froyo. Come to Chili's. We'll get some sprinkles.
Let me ask you this: You're toting a For Free People magazine card. What's going on over there?
I'll tell you what happened over here. It's you know when you open a magazine and that damn subscription card falls out.
Yes.
So this lady I was on the train on the way here, and this lady was reading a People, and she opened it up, and the thing fell right out, and I was like looking at my notes to see what we were going to talk about today, and she goes, this thing, and I go, could I have it? And she goes, okay, and I started writing my notes, and I think she
Aha.
thought I was a weird lunatic who wanted her like shit.
Oh, right.
Like I was gonna sniff it, you know?
But probably the source of that is you didn't want to write on your phone because
Yeah.
people think you're a jerk.
Yeah, I
It goes
guess
back to that.
so.
They're like, look at this guy on his phone, but you're a guy writing on a People magazine card.
There you go, full circle, baby.
I still got those magazines from the waitress at the Comedy Cellar. Remember that?
Oh, I just got my greeting cards. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I gotta subscribe. It's more work to do. I gotta send out a thing.
Right.
jeez.
That's annoying.
I want to talk about this real quick too. At the end of our hike, we hike 10 miles or 9 miles, but then the car is a mile away from where we come out on the other side of the trail. Mm-hmm. So we got to walk that. We're walking down this back road. These like old, like kind of white trash looking houses with his cars piled up in the backyard and there's chickens coops everywhere. And we're just walking. All of a sudden, we're talking. We're looking. It's raining because it's Seattle or whatever. All of a sudden, a golf ball whizzes right by our head, hits the cement, bounces right over our heads. We almost get fucking drilled with a golf ball. No golf range, no driving range, no
Wow.
nothing. We're just like, it's just a yard and everything. We're like, what the fuck was that? We look, we don't see anybody. And we suspect that somebody saw us walking through their property and just fucking teed one off at us and
Wow.
then jumped back behind the bushes. We could
Oh,
have got killed.
man. Yeah, a golf ball could do some damage.
Oh, that thing's screaming.
Yeah.
It's coming from the sky, so it's going like 60 miles an hour. It's hard.
You know, there's 118 dimples on a golf ball.
Wow. That's fun.
Snapple fact. One of those Snapple facts that just went right in my asshole. I can't get it out.
Yes.
You know, you get those. You know, you get phone numbers, whatever.
Yeah.
That's in there.
447-0336. That was Derek's childhood phone number.
Wow.
Yeah. I left the initial 3 digits off so they can't call his mom. Leave Carol alone, goddammit.
504-522-5426.
Ah, that's the police department?
That's my mom. Annoy her.
Wow. I don't think my mother has a house phone number anymore.
My parents keep a landline around. I don't know why.
Oh, interesting. You just gave out their phone number?
That's the old one,
Oh, okay.
I think.
Oh, boy.
I hope they change it.
447-3874.
I'm going to text my mom right now. Change your number. You're about to get a lot of weird calls about lunch.
Yeah. Well, I guess we got to start wrapping this thing up here.
Oh, yeah. This is a solid one.
This is our first one that we videotaped, but we're not releasing it, I don't think. We're getting to know the lay of the land for these video cameras, I think. But
Looks like it.
soon we're going to have a souped-up, crazy... I don't even understand it. I'm an idiot.
I don't get it either. Like, I listen to a lot of pods, and I've tried to watch a few, and I'm like, what's the point? Because the watching makes it unportable. That's my favorite thing about a pod. You're on the go.
Well, they're not going to like this. We're trying to sell this to people. But
Oh,
some people
sorry.
work at home and they're just masturbating.
That's true.
Maybe there's some women that want to vibrate to us.
To us.
Talking about the areolas.
I'm down.
But they're probably more into you, though, and then it cuts to me and they're like pissed.
No.
Like in a porn when they show a guy's asshole.
But you're scratching your balls and stuff. That's
Almost-
hot.
It cuts to me and I'm picking my nose and scratching my taint. And
I think you're doing all right.
all right. Well, I appreciate that. Boy, what a great... I got to throw this out here because
Please.
my buddy's wife, Erica, she just texted me. She's like, I'm scared you don't like me because we bust balls, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, and I forget that they're girls. So, Erica, she doesn't listen to the show, but Derek, whoever listens to the show, call this dame. I love her. I talked about it on the show how much I love him.
Oh, who doesn't like a girl that busts balls? That's a plus.
Well, we bust her balls.
Oh, she doesn't bust back.
A little bit, but not really. No, she's a girl.
What are you calling? Hey, you fat cunt, give me a brownie.
No, we shit on her for fucking up the name, the Larry thing, and the other thing, and she took a while to get ready. And I was like, what, are we going to the fucking prom here?
Right.
So, that kind of stuff, and
The girl getting ready thing is beyond a cliche. I mean, that's a real thing.
they take a long time.
Yeah, I don't get it.
So I don't know, but anyways, I love you. I love those people. It puts it in perspective when you go and hang out with people that you've been close with. Derek and I have been friends for 18 years, and with the baby and the it's family, you know. And I wasn't worrying about spots or anything. I was just in that moment with these people that I just love so deeply. It was really fun.
Yeah, and hey, I like you too, Erica, just from what I've heard. So don't sweat it.
Yeah, seems like she's a sweet gal. And boy, I love those 3 people more than any people in my life. It's great.
Wow, that is
it was,
lovely.
It was just wonderful. You know, just a joy. It felt like those endorphins. I just felt good physically.
Yes.
When you leave, you're like, man, that felt good.
And you're breathing that natural air out there.
Yeah. Oh God, there's so much oxygen. It's almost too much.
They're not afraid of greenery in the Pacific North.
Great. They're so green and everything. Flush the toilet this way for piss and recycle that. And
Right.
it's a real community out there. It's a magical place. I would like to retire out there.
I used to go out there to do the Seattle Comedy Fest, which I've done twice, and I would stay with Andy Haynes, who's a Seattle native.
Yes.
And also a funny comic. Check him out.
I
But
love his stuff.
He lived in Queen Victoria,
Okay.
I think was the name, or Queen Mary?
Queen Anne.
Queen Anne?
Queen Anne,
Queen
yeah.
Anne, yeah. What a neighborhood. It was
Yeah.
kind of like an upscale type, and it was windy. And if you look out his window, you could see the whole lake and everything. It was wild.
Yeah, it's just spectacular. West Seattle and Union and Queen Anne, all those neighborhoods are tremendous. Just a great place. Go on vacation, move there, whatever you got to do. It's spectacular. What a beautiful country, great life.
Good time. We're living the dream, buddy.
We sure are, and it's great to see you. Don't
You
sell
too.
yourself short. You bring me warmth.
We probably don't have time to eat after this, huh?
I think I do.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll go to
Chipotle.
There it is.
Or Qdoba. All right, we got to wrap it up. Email us, TuesdaysWithStories@gmail. Follow us on Twitter, @MarkNorm, @JoeListComedy, and check our website for dates and come out and support. We love you.
check the Facebook page and leave a comment. And leave a review on iTunes. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. Give us 5 stars.
Thank you. Bye.
Qdoba.